Good afternoon, dear friends. Today, English Without Borders is having a special webinar. And today we are hosting Azizakhon Nazarova, who will be talking about the Between the Lines, Peace and the Writing Experience program. So Peace and the Writing Experience 2022 will bring together 40 international and 10 US-based students aged 15 to 18 for 2 weeks of intensive Between the Lines summer programming hosted online by the International Writing Program and the University of Iowa. So let me give you some brief information about Azizakhon Nazarova. She is a student of 11th grade at Presidential Lycée for Gifted Children. Aziza is a participant of the Between the Lines program, Peace and the Writing Experience Program 2021, sponsored by the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs. She studied English for more than 7 years, and she began to realize that this language could potentially support her study career and professional experience. Thus, in 2019, she became the winner of International Olympiad in Antalya, Turkey. Learning the language was first a hobby, which challenged her to take a creative approach for deeply learning other cultures and developing language skills. She started to write some short stories in order to improve her writing skills, and later she decided to gain some more experience in the field of peace and writing, as she believes this field of study will always be important in developing an educational system where such young professionals are in dire need. Besides writing, Aziza likes reading books, which is like traveling and living abroad for her. She likes playing the guitar. She's a good debater, and she took part in her first debate when she was just 12 years old. Thank you, Aziza. So I'm happy, English Without Borders is happy to host you today. So now I'll give the floor to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let me share my presentation. One second. Is it visible? Can you see? So, is it visible? Yes. So, I'll start. So, Between the Lines program. So, I'm Azizakhon, and I'm an alumna of the BTL program. So, today I'm going to present you the reasons and give you overview of this program and persuade you to apply to this writing program. So, BTL. BTL is Between the Lines, Peace and the Writing Experience, is a 2-week exchange program that focuses on the art and craft of creative writing and inspire young writers to learn and develop with their peers to be a greater writer. So in the Between the Lines, you're not just going to, listen to lectures and how to be a great writer. But Between the Lines is about active discussions and engage in an engagement between the peers who have the common goal and passion for creative writing. So in these 2 weeks, you will be inspired to connect with everyone in the program, like in some way. So here is an overview of the BTL. So application process. So firstly, it may seem that is hard and enduring to complete the application process, but I really encourage you to apply because this amount of work really eventually will pay off. So the application process consists of one application where you fill out the basic information about yourself. And then you will have 4 essays. The first essay will include the original writing sample of about 6 to 8 pages of like prose or maybe creative fiction or nonfiction, and it's your choice. So in this writing sample, you don't need to write only one story. If you cannot write like one story for 6 or 8 pages, you can always write 2 or more 3 stories to meet the limit. So therefore, don't be afraid to. And also, if you will write a story, you don't have to finish or give the ending to the admission committee. So you just need to write meet the 6 limit pages. Next, you will have 3 essays. They will be like more personal. And the first prompt. So it's a personal statement about how you identify identity influences you as a creative writer and reader. So in this essay, I suggest you to focus on the parts that made you like a writer, like which aspect of your life was hobby or interest that help you to find this path of becoming a writer. And I suggest you to specifically state the certain event or in your life that help you to realize what that the writing is like something more for you than just like a hobby or just a fun pastime. So the next prompt: describe a time when you had to engage with a new situation, person, or idea that initially felt one sec, just felt uncomfortable or strange. So in this prompt, the admission committee mainly want to know you better as a person. So in this essay, I highly encourage you not only state the problem or like a situation, but also present a solution for this problem, and quite and make sure to elaborate on this part, because it's one of the central aspects of making this essay successful. So, and the last essay is a statement of purpose describing why creative writing is important in your life and what you hope to learn through our BTL program. So, in this essay, I would highly suggest you to avoid this vague description or cliche why you want to attend the program. State specifically the reasons why you want to attend this international writing program, how this will like help you to develop yourself as a writer and as a person. So it is really crucial to state the specific facts and statements. So next, application tips. So one of the like most important thing and while filling this BTL application is starting early. As you see, this application have a lot of things to write and like to think about. That's why I highly encourage you to start early on this one. So, and the next, use evidence to support your claims. As I said earlier, in your essays, just don't write this vague details or like descriptions that will just simply summarize why you want to attend. It is will look more convincible if you tell or say like some stories of your life that will like show the admission committee your initial and true motivation to attend in this program. So next, replace vague descriptions with details. This tip is for creative writing task. The first one where you need to write 6 to 8 pages. So by this, I mean that you should use this technique, show, don't tell. In this creative writing and writing at all, it is really crucial for you to state, like to show the reader the scene, the character, his action. Just don't tell that this character is bad. Like show by his actions, show his motives, show his why he's doing it. Maybe tell his background, his story. It will make much more sense, and I will find myself that he's a bad guy or he's a good guy. Just don't tell me. Just don't like say he's a bad guy. So it's really crucial. So and then show emotions through dialogue. Dialogue is like the best tool you have when writing, like some fiction to convey messages or emotions of the characters. Dialogue really is, I think, the easiest way to convey, showcase emotions and feelings of the characters of the of your story. So don't forget about that. Next is the interview, the last stage of the selection process. So interview. Firstly, you need to base approximately what the interview will be about. So that's why you need to brainstorm topics you would like to talk about. You don't have to like tell all the like your life events in one just interview. That's why you need to state the specific events in your life, and then we go to the second tip is build the case. So relying on this, like maybe your hobbies or interests and so on, build the case. Like for instance, you will take three hobbies, maybe reading, playing basketball, and writing. And from relying on these three interests of yours, you should build the case uh, with the help of which you will develop and show yourself as a potential applicant and candidate for this program. So the main goal of the interview is to for admission committee to know you as a person and as an applicant. Therefore, you should know uh, which side of you want to show. Maybe you want to show yourself as a creative person or responsible person. That's why you should bring the certain aspects of your life that will show you as a creative and responsible person. So when you, sorry. Что презентация не работает. So when you will build your case, you should practice how you will answer interview questions. Maybe you should record yourself if you don't want to share your thoughts with friends or your family members. Then when you see your recorded video, make sure that you see yourself as an enthusiastic and the applicant that is eager to attend this program and make a contribution, and practice till you show these emotions. So then you should review your application package and essays. So when admission committee select you to interview stage, they probably would answer you about your ask you about your essays, maybe about certain parts of your essay. So make sure that you analyzed all your essays and application package. Maybe even maybe you will forget about something and you will don't have an answer to it. So therefore, it is important for you to review your essays, and maybe they will have some questions about them. So therefore, get prepared for this case too, and then come up with your own question to ask your interviewer. At the end of every interviewer will ask if you have any questions for him or for her. So therefore, maybe you should ask some questions, like specific questions, prepare specific questions about the program. This way, you will have the opportunity to show that you are really interested on this program, because every admission committee want to know that you're not just applying for fun, you're applying because you are really interested and you're eager to attend this program. And last and the most important, I guess, is to have fun, because in an interview you should be relaxed. It's just a conversation between admission committee and you. They just want to know you better, and they will do everything to make you feel relaxed and comfortable. So there is no need to hesitate or be nervous about. You will just hurt yourself if you will be nervous and you will maybe miss something. So be sure to meditate before interview. So BTL benefits. So the main advantages of this program is this 6 points. First, new friends from around the world. So in this globalization era, it is crucial for you to develop in the global community, and such programs as BTL help you and assist you in this path of improving yourself in the global community, where you will be exposed to different cultures and beliefs. So, and in this program really brings the people who share the same interests as you, and who will encourage you, who will be friends, who will share with you, and you will share your traditions with them and your culture. So it is one of the greatest aspects of the BTL that I love. So the second is the best writing instructors. So the writing instructors in the BTL are open-minded people who are always will help you in your path of becoming a better writer. So in these sessions, we were not just learning. We were not just learning how to write, how to be a great writer. We had these funny activities, exercises for us to be engaged with our peers, and we collaboratively uh, uh, achieved these community goals. So the best writing instructors are also always helpful, and you will ask them if you don't understand some like points of the lesson. And so writing instructors in the BTL are the most important and best part of the BTL. So then, beside these lessons and sessions, we had seminars and webinars with award-winning writers. So in these webinars, these writers would tell us their stories, or how did they become a writer, how what the obstacles they had. And after these sessions, we had a chance to ask these award-winning writers about like some questions that we are have hard times to solve, or maybe some personal questions, maybe like how did you find out that you were a writer, and how did you go through all your obstacles when you were writing, and all these questions that you can freely ask these writers. It's also a great opportunity for you to know other writers, because the path of becoming a writer is the path that you should not like travel all along yourself. You should search for others' experience to learn their lessons and to implement them in your own path. So inspiration, yes. When you are surrounded by this, enthusiastic, fun, and joyful guys, you also like being you also becoming immersed into this atmosphere, and you feel their motivation, and this really motivated me to explore more, to write more, to share my stories with my peers, and so, and not judgmental community. What I suggest is that when we had these lessons, well, we would have these homeworks that we should share with others. And like at first I was really nervous about sharing, but after I told one of my story, I had only positive feedbacks, positive, commentaries, and this really helped me to overcome this shyness, or the feeling of being judged, to showcase my writing to other people. And I think these writing international writing programs is one of the like crucial step for beginners to become even more great writers. So it is important for you to share it with others. And in this BTL program, I promise you will have this opportunity to overcome your fears about sharing, and you will only have joy to hear these positive feedbacks about your writing that will inspire you to write even more. And of course, marvelous pastime. In these discussions, these sessions, we always had these jokes, and we would make the Zoom meetings on our own, where we chat with other people, and we had a really fun time. And even now we have group in various social media where we chat, ask about their situation, about their life, and so on. So at the end of the BTL program provides you a Between the Lives follow-on microgrant that will help you to create your own project with their support. So this microgrant will range in size from $500 to $1,000 per applicant. And in this for this microgrant, you should prepare a project by yourself, or you can do it collaborative project where you should show potential impact to local or global community, show your practicality and feasibility of your project. And this project should promote creative writing, intercultural understanding, use leadership skills, and professional development through collaborative literary projects. So I also applied for this microgrant support with two other my friends from Afghanistan and USA, and we wrote a proposal about the use of the Young Project, and got the support from the BTL to implement this project. It is an online project, so it is really a great opportunity for you if you want to uh, create or conduct some this sort of projects that are related to creative writing or cultural understanding. So these are my writing tips. So first of all, read a wide range of books. At the beginning of your path, it is crucial for you to know your writing style, and to know your and search for this writing style. You should search and read a wide range of books, whether it will be non-fiction or fiction or detective. You should know what is like your style, in which you will feel comfortable to write stories about. But remember that it is if you will read 100 books a year, it will not make you a great writer. In this case, you should value the quality over quantity. Therefore, it is much more important to read 5 books a year, but with a careful observation to the details, with deep, profound analysis of the characters or the plot, and rather than just read 100 books and expect that you will have a greater development as a writer. Therefore, pay attention to the writing styles of an author, of the character development, more than just speed read 100 books. So the next, get inspired from real life events. When you have no inspiration, when you don't know what to write about, just maybe you imagine a situation, you're in a bus and you eavesdrop some conversation. You may take some notes and develop it in your own story. It's also a great tip for you to, if you don't have an inspiration, to get this from real life. Then be as crazy and wild as you like with your imagination, especially when you're writing fiction books. Fiction, right? Yes, fiction genre. Then creative writing goals. So practice in writing is crucial for your further development. That's why maybe you should set yourself a goal to write 100 pages in a week or 600 pages, and that's way you will track your progress as a writer. Uh, if you write this 600 pages a week, and you write it easily, so you will know that it is now easier for you to write, and you will make it is this 600 pages even more, like you will write 1000 pages. And if you will have problems, you will know that this part that you should have some improvements. So when you set these creative writing goals, you will have this opportunity to track your writing skills better, and know that practice is everything for writing. Then write now and edit later. So when you write your first draft, it is really important for you to not even hesitate about editing it, because it slows down your process. When you're writing, you're creating, and creating does not be limited by this correction and these editings. Therefore, when you write your first draft, it should not be perfect. In the first draft, the most important thing that you are doing is brainstorming. Therefore, you should not expect that your first draft will be like the perfect draft, the perfect writing. And you will need at least like 14 or even more drafts to find this perfect writing of yours. And the last tip is ask yourself questions. So when you're reading, you're always interested about further development of the plot. You always ask what this character will do, or what will be the plot twist of the story. So when you write, it's also important for you to ask yourself questions like, will I kill this character, or will he live? Or maybe I should add some new characters. How will this affect my story? So it's really crucial for you to ask yourself questions as you do it when you write and when you read. Yes. So that's it. Thank you. For more information, you can visit this link. And if you have questions, contact US Embassy Dushanbe at English Program Dushanbe email. So if you have any additional questions, it will be my absolute delight to answer them.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Azizakhon. This was a really great presentation. I really enjoyed watching that. And you have provided so many useful tips, and the presentation was really well structured. The way that you explain how to develop your writing skills was really, I mean, the steps were really, really well structured. So we have got some questions from our Facebook followers. So Wahid of Azim is asking, you're so young and so confident. what advice do you have for people who write well but are so afraid of criticism that they never show their works to anyone?
I advise you to apply for the BTL program because actually this program that helped me to go through this fear of being criticized. Because usually people who criticize themselves are not great writers. But when you are surrounded by this, bright and enthusiastic guys, you yourself try to feel you yourself start to feel this atmosphere and this support that you have as a beginner writer. So to answer the question is, I advise you to apply for this program.
Okay, thank you, Azizakhon, for this advice. And in your bio, we know that you are started to debate, right, at the age of 12, right?
Mhm.
So when did you start writing?
So it's about 2 years ago when I was trying to improve my writing skills, and one friend of mine suggested to uh, start to write in a diary about my, about some events that were happening in my life. And when I were writing these stories and events, I started to like sharing my thoughts on a piece of paper, and this how I managed to develop the love for writing.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. When you were reading the books and when you finished them, did you also write, did you write your reflections on this book in a paper?
No, I usually, when I read, I take a pencil and I make these notes in the book. It's really more comfortable than to write in on additional paper because there is some thoughts that come from reading in this moment when you read. That's why for me it's more comfortable to read to write in the book.
Yeah, I'm asking this question because I used to be a teacher, and so we have this kind of questions usually coming from the students that, so what can we do to develop our reading skills and then writing skills? And many say that, when we read, we start, writing the reflection of these characters, what even just trying to talk about the author, why he wrote it, who he wrote it that for, and if they agree with the way he described the characters and everything. So there are different approaches, right? When you can even express yourself through writing. That's why I ask this question so that our audience can have different approaches to doing reading and also to writing. So you mentioned about readings, and you said that you should take quality over the quantity. So let me just again go back to this question and see if I understood you correctly. So did you mean that instead of reading like 1,000 books a year that come from different genres, it's like better to keep with one and to read like the books that have come from the same genre, right? So that it can help you be a better writer in that direction. So what was the
So by saying this, I meant that when you read different genres, you this way you will have an opportunity to find your own style when you are being exposed to the various genres. So by mentioning that you should not like read 1,000 books a year, I meant that some people suggest that to be a great writer, you need to read 100 books and like magically you will be able to be a Stephen King or something, someone. So that's why I'm saying that it is better to pick 5 books and or 10 books that you will read profoundly, that you will analyze. So it will be not like some passive reading or speed reading in order to just, to say people, oh, I read 100 books a year. So therefore, I'm suggesting that you better analyze every, every word, every aspect of the story. So you will, this way, you will have a better understanding about the motivation this author had, or what techniques he used. So it will be not a passive reading, but the active.
Yeah, that's really a nice quick tip. And did you ever, or have you ever, with your friends, read the same book and then you started discussing on the, characters and on just the plot and on the,
Yes,
mhm.
it's also a great practice to listen to other opinions. And when my friends have different opinions from mine, I try to analyze, like, why did she or he suggested this point, and I try to look deeper into this and ask why did she mention it and I had the different opinion. So it's really a great practice for more deeply understanding the plot or the story.
All right, thank you. So we have a question from Rustam Gulomov. Do you continue to write stories now? What do you write and where can I get, where can I read your...
I don't share it publicly or online. I sometimes write, but I don't have any blog or something yet.
All right. Thank you, Aziza, for such nice tips. I love writing myself too, but the way that you described, how to go from just reading and then into writing and what to include and what, things to take into account while you are writing. These are really nice kind of tips, and I'm sure our audience will also follow some of them. So, what do you suggest to children who just started, learning to read and learning to write? Maybe it's better to develop this skill in children from the very early age. So, what do you think?
So from my vantage point, I think the age when you should explore more. You should explore different books. You should question maybe some real life events. Maybe you should analyze the characters that are in your real life. I used to do it in my childhood, and maybe if children don't have like this good skills of like writing and reading, maybe they should start from storytelling. Maybe they saw some cartoon or movie and they can tell or retell to their peers. Storytelling is like really a important aspect of writing. If if you write, especially fiction books.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you, Azizakhon, for your answers. So, I believe we have read all the questions from our audience. So, is there anything else that you want to tell to your peers, Aziza, and to encourage them? Maybe some of them, still want, but they don't have enough confidence. And so the yeah, then I've got another question, just saying that, so there were so many, writings that students need to prepare for. What is the kind of average, the time frame for that to do all the writings? So how much time students need to give themselves, to accomplish all the writing so that to meet the deadline?
So actually, I knew about this program lately. Then so that therefore I had only 1 week, and I still managed to write all the writing. So it is really is possible for you to write. You just need to work on your time management and to set the deadlines for yourself and to write every day. You cannot just write it in one day. So please start early.
So it's kind of hard, but it's manageable.
Yes, if you really want to attend this program, it is always manageable.
All right. So yeah, Aziza, if there's anything else you want to tell, to your peers, to share with your peers, so let's use this moment. And I think we have got all the questions from the audience, and we have answered those.
So I actually don't have anything to tell. And the only thing that I want to tell that I wish you all good luck on your application, and don't procrastinate on this, because there is a lot of work to do. Therefore, I wish you good luck, and I'm confident that you will manage to write all this writing and to apply for this program and further be exposed to different cultures and get friends from all around the world and develop yourself as a writer. And I'm confident that this program will be a starting point of your career or your hobby as a writer.
Okay, thank you, Aziza. So Aziza's message was that if I could do that, you can do that too, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think that you can reach out to Aziza if you have any questions regarding the application or regarding, the writing essays. So we thank you for joining us today, and we thank Aziza for such a nice webinar and presentation. And Aziza, we wish you good luck, and we wish you more achievements in your future, since you have just, started this journey. So we wish you more accomplishment in your future. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, dear participants. It's just to remind you that we had this webinar with Azizakhon Nazarova, who won this contest like last year, right? And she got this scholarship. And she was on this program. So we encourage you to participate in contests like this, where you can improve your critical thinking skills, where you can improve your language skills, your reading, your writing, and also it's your chance to get friends from around the world. Thank you, goodbye, and see you next week.